everybody that, we're gonna have everybody on mute, so just unmute yourself when you're ready to talk, except for the chairman who will keep his mic open. Starting with-
Buenas, everyone. This meeting is called to order. It's now 2:34 PM, June 19, 2026. In compliance with 5 GCA Chapter 8, Section 8107, public notices for the Guam Ancestral Lands Commission regular meeting scheduled for Friday, June 19, 2026, were published in the Guam Daily Post on Friday, June 12th, and Wednesday, June 17th, 2026, and posted in the Government of Guam Public Notice Portal and the GALC website. Director, roll call.
Yes, sir. Chairman Ronald Eclavea,
Present.
Vice Chairman Ronald LaGuardia,
Estiga, right here.
Secretary Treasurer Anita Orlino. Here. Commissioner Angela Camacho,
Present.
Commissioner Maria Cruz. Here. Commissioner Luisa Westling is excused absence today. She is ill.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, you have 5 members present. You have a quorum.
Say Director. Okay, we'll move down to item 3, approval of minutes. We have A, August 20, 2025 regular meeting. B, September 24th, 2025 regular meeting. C, February 13th, 2026 regular meeting. D, February 27, 2026 regular meeting. And E, March 6, 2026 special meeting.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to move to approve the meeting minutes.
Okay.
Items A, B, C, D, and E in our agenda,
Okay.
subject to any typographical
Okay, motion on the floor to approve.
corrections.
Approve the
I'll
minutes.
second that motion, Mr. Commissioner. I mean,
Okay,
Mr. Chair.
seconded by Vice Chair. Uh,
Can I make discussion
discussion?
to corrections for audio recording?
Yes. Okay. Okay, very good. So, discussion, any further discussion? Okay, all in favor? Aye?
Aye.
Aye. Any nays? No nays? Director, motion passes. Okay, we move down to item 4, the Executive Director's Report.
Buenas and half a day members. Going down to our administrative matters, I'd like to introduce first, when you walked in, you probably noticed some new faces. We have Miss Victoria Camacho, who is our new administrative officer.
All right, good.
We have Miss Ramara Cruz, who is our customer service representative. And then we
Buenas.
have our intern. Our intern is Aurora Taman. She's an incoming junior at John F. Kennedy High School. Before I move on, I wanted to make a note that on my report, as of the time of my report, Miss Ramara Cruz was to be in training as a land agent. Unfortunately for Guam Ancestral Lands Commission, Miss Mara Cruz has been selected for another position at the Department of Education.
Okay,
So her last day with us will be next week, Friday.
okay.
So we will be
Okay.
replacing that, yes.
So she's here temporarily.
Yes, sir. So transition and training are ongoing. I would, though, like to take this opportunity to thank the ladies and Joey for completing all these minutes and having it ready for today's meeting. Moving on, our deed signing, the deeds have been submitted to Attorney Boots for his review and approval. Upon completion, we will work closely with the governor's office for a scheduled date. Joey continues to monitor and the progress of the deeds, following up weekly, sometimes twice a week. sometimes twice a week.
Okay,
Moving down to our fiscal year 2027 budget submission. Our FY 27 budget and the formal letter requesting for the use of the lapses of the 50% from the AT&T net proceeds were submitted to the Office of Finance and Budget on May 6, 2026. I attached a copy of our budget breakdown along with the letter of request for the board's review. Our annual audits. The Office of Public Accountability held a meeting regarding the status of our FY 24 audit budget. Unfortunately, we did not fare well. With the resignation of Mr. Joey Cruz from Chamorro Land Trust Commission, the Guam Ancestral Lands Commission does not have access to QuickBooks to prepare the reports needed for the auditors. The public auditor recommends that GALC hire an accountant as well as purchase QuickBooks software. With the approval of the board, I respectfully ask that the public auditor be given time to address the board at this moment.
Thank you very much. I didn't know if I could do anything. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. I come today in person because this is I wanted to show you how important I think this issue is. Ancestral lands is not, though it may be in a small space, it's a very important component unit of the government of Guam. In actual fact, without a completed audit by the ancestral lands, it could hold up the GovGuam audit. Fortunately, in the past, the ancestral lands and the Department of Administration's government-wide audit have been done by the same audit firm. So in the past, Deloitte or EY has been able to just look at the books that somebody keeps down here, or when Joy was doing it, and plug it into the GovGuam full audit for the government of Guam, the government-wide financial statement. You guys have huge savings accounts, and looking at something early, you guys have huge receivables coming too from some lessees. And it's imperative that all be recorded in the government of Guam audit. I come here today to ask the board one of two things, well, maybe several things. You need to have accounting services within the department, within the agency, to do your own books. This can be done in various ways. The commissioners, at some future meeting, when you put it on, when your legal counsel says you put it on your agenda and can do it, can contract someone outside, a firm outside. PBS does it. They have an accounting firm do their books, and they prepare the financial statement and turn it in. All the other agencies have their own in-house. I'm not sure whether or not the commission wants to hire a full-time accountant, whether or not that's important, or whether or not it can just be someone that does it part-time, like you guys have been using Joey Cruz for the longest time and getting his QuickBooks. But for the last couple of years, Joey even has been having problems accessing his QuickBooks and not being able to keep both books straight for both agencies. The other thing is, now that I'm sitting next to her, Commissioner Camacho has an excellent accounting staff in her agency. If she can get permissions from wherever to detail her accountants to assist the commission. I don't know if that's possible, but I didn't even think about it until she was sitting next to me, and I realized they're almost always one of the first agencies to get theirs in, because their books are always very well kept. And so I just come to implore you, please, at some future meeting in the very near future, please make a decision one way or the other. Either get Commissioner Camacho to detail her accountant up here to help you get your books together for a couple of weeks. Either you hire an outside firm like PBS, or you do like Commissioner Camacho has and hire someone in-house, but that's fairly expensive, and they're not easy to find. But I just wanted to show you the importance of getting this done, because we can no longer just get the auditors to kind of look at the numbers and the Excel spreadsheet that whoever from here puts together and put it into the GovCon-wide audit, because we'll get ding on that pretty soon. And the amount of money that you guys have within your savings account makes it a significant component of the government of Guam, and so it can't be overlooked. So I thank your executive director for allowing me to speak. I was ready to stay and listen to all the other interesting things and be in new business.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that she was able to sneak me in early under her report and really implore you to please do something, because this cannot continue. Okay, thank you.
So
If
just
you have
now-
any questions, I stand ready to answer.
So just Marcy,
I
probably
have
the
one
person.
question.
Yes.
So Gita does our property management. Is it possible that we work with them to do our accounting?
I don't pretend to have the power to be able to tell Gita to do anything, or even to you. I'm not even sure if you can detail, or whether or not you need Adeline's permission. Whatever way it takes. But I know that in the past, people have been detailed to various agencies, and until you were sitting next to me, I didn't even think about that as an option. Earlier, we were just talking about contracting it out or employing somebody in-house, full-time. But you guys can look at your books and try to determine how major it is, and whether or not having a detailed person here for 2 weeks or 3 weeks will be enough to do that, whether or not it's just Gita by itself. Housing Corporation or Gita both. But someone, Gita also has excellent accountants within their staff, and they could possibly do it. Joy was doing it for you guys for a while, but neither the Ancestral Lands nor Chamorro Land Trust are mom and pop operations. You guys are a major operation. No other agency, probably even Housing Corporation, could claim that they have millions of dollars coming in annually from rentals. So you guys are a major component of the government of Guam, and you need to have your accounting services taken care of. And I thank you again for your time, and hopefully your consideration in the very, very near future, because pretty soon it's going to show up as a finding on the GovCon audit. I just don't want to have to, it'd be embarrassment to you guys and to the administration. And so I thought I'd come and just ask you guys to address this as soon as you can. Okay. Any other?
Thank you,
comments?
BJ. Any more questions? Go ahead. Questions?
I just want to make
Okay.
a comment. Yes, thank you for emphasizing the need to have, an update of our accounting, operation. We must do it as soon as possible. We can no longer, our department does not need, nobody's sitting on that. But there's just been some, situations. But I think we are committed to go ahead and having that done. We work together and we talk to each other, whether it be email or phone, so we can get it going. Thank you.
How much of a factor was Joey in the last few years? Was he doing the job adequately, or were we lacking, or?
Well, when Joey had control of both agencies, he somehow was able to get some kind of books together. Then he got the QuickBooks, and for some reason was unable to log onto it. And he's been trying like for a year to try to get OTEC to assist him in trying to figure out how to get into it because Joey's smart. He has a master's in accounting.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
And he knows how to put the books together. It was just that he was having problems with his QuickBooks and logging on. And I lost patience because I was like trying to figure out, do I need to call the governor to get somebody at OTEC to assist him? And he finally got some help last year, I think, where they managed to do something, because then but this year the accountants have told me, enough. We have been jimmying the books for too long to get you a trial balance for the government of Guam by using our outside knowledge about what's going on here. And I really do think that something should be done. I don't know if Jerry's coming back. I heard that he might, but we need to do something, because we need to get the 25 out. And last year, you guys probably all heard in the news GDOE's problems, but it delayed the government of Guam audit almost 10 months, and I'm trying to get the 25 out sometime this year. And I have all the agencies in line. DOE is going to be done by September, so we should be able to get the government out by the end of by November, hopefully. But it's just going to be the ancestral lands. And this last year, to get the 24 out, I hadn't even thought about you guys. And then towards the end, they were telling me, we still don't have anything from ancestral lands, and I'm like,
Yeah.
and then I can no longer just overlook you guys. It's important, and so that's why I decided I wasn't going to zoom in. I was going to come up and show you how important I think this is by being personally present here and imploring you to please do something. I don't pretend to be your legal counsel. You may need to, because it involves money. I'm not sure whether or not this has to be on the next agenda with notice on it, but I follow whatever rules need to be followed, but just get some help. If GIDA and Housing Corporation can help even just start to put everything together, maybe when you finally get somebody to do it, it'll be much easier. but someone needs to somehow be keeping the books. You don't even have an account technician here. As I understand it, your administrative officer doesn't have accounting background. So you need something. And it's either going to be outside help by contract or by detail, or you're going to need in-house.
Yeah, but by you personally, showing up and giving us this information we need we can see the importance of it. So what we're gonna do is definitely put this on the agenda, the next agenda coming up, and we'll discuss the options we have, including, the options with Gora and Gita and other outsourcing stuff. We'll see, we'll definitely address it.
Thank you very much.
ASAP, thank you. So just want to say for being
Oh.
here.
I'll take these with me so I can
Okay.
see all the interesting things.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, thank you
So
for
just
stopping
Masi,
by.
BJ, Senor BJ, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, continue, we're gonna continue with the director's report.
I'd like to just mention, based on Mr. or on BJ's request to the board, that I did, after our meeting, I did do a little research, and I contacted Department of Administration. We have to justify why we need an accountant in order for us to hire an accountant, because accountants are only down at the Department of Administration as a line agency. They're the only agency who can have an accountant. We can have an accounting tech, provided we submit our letter to the director of the Department of Administration justifying the need for an accounting technician to be in our office. So I just wanted to end on that with this, with the annual audits.
And how did we do this in the previous decades?
In it had always been Joey Cruz, because before, when all three departments were merged under the Department of Land Management, Joey Cruz was the one who handled the audits for all three.
So prior to that, how did we do it prior to that?
I think prior to that, there wasn't really a main focus. I think what it was like what BJ was saying, that Joey just had a spreadsheet and he was just submitting.
So Joey was
whatever.
still involved even
Yes.
prior to when it was all the land agencies were
I
merged?
believe so. Joey Leonville, are you able to comment on that? Joey had always been the person in charge of audits for both, all three departments that you can remember?
Or accounting?
Only from the time that.
Oh.
Yeah, what happened prior to that?
I don't think we were.
Yeah.
We weren't, we weren't one of those agencies that
But we
audited.
didn't, but we didn't have accounting services either, right?
No,
Okay,
no,
okay, that clarifies it.
yes.
Okay.
Okay, moving down. Thank you. Moving on to our FEMA Public Assistant Grant requirement. We met with the FEMA Program Delivery Manager, Mr. Wally Rodriguez, and the Guam Recovery Office Public Assistance Coordinator, Ms. Anjanelle Cruz, on Friday, May 29th, 2026, regarding the transition of our project from FEMA to Guam Recovery Office. So we will no longer be answering to FEMA themselves. It'll be handled by the Guam Recovery Office at Office of Homeland Security. Now, FEMA has given Guam Ancestral Lands Commission an obtain and maintain requirement for building number 156100, which is the WIC office up in Tizen. This requirement means that ancestral lands need to obtain insurance coverage for the damages covered by FEMA in the amount of $57,003.99. If GLC does not obtain insurance for the building, FEMA will not be able to provide assistance in the future for that building.
Coverage.
So the WIC building suffered damages during the war. We did all the paperwork. We got approved by FEMA to repair the buildings. The RFP for the building went out already. It's with Gita, the RFP for the WIC repair. Now, based on the meeting that we had, FEMA is now saying that we have to get insurance in this amount for that WIC building. Then next, the investment meeting requests. BJS and Raymond James have both requested to meet with either our investment committee members or if the board will give them time to address the board. As soon as we make that decision, we will go ahead and schedule the meeting accordingly, and it'll be a special meeting. I spoke to Attorney Miller some time ago, so if we do have a special meeting for investment, we can have both people on the same day, just two different times. Because the special meeting will just be investment meeting, so we can have time for Raymond James to address us or BGIS first and vice versa. But we can just have a special meeting for investment in one day. And then finally, the Guam Central Lands account balances, I attached, it's in the back of the budget breakdown. And that is our current ending balance as of April 30, 2026. That completes my executive director's report. Thank you for the opportunity.
So Jose Masi, Director, questions?
I have a comment.
Okay,
Mr.
Vice
Chairman.
Chair?
You know, I understood that in the past, I think we did get a clean audit last year,
Yes,
didn't we?
Yes,
And
sir, we did.
also, prior to that, besides Joey doing, I thought we had Tanaguchi and Roof doing our accountings. Am I correct, Joey? I think we have I'm not sure if I recall them doing it. I thought they were doing it at one time.
It was for FY 2024.
Hmm.
They're looking now at 2025 to close out 2025.
Hmm.
Ours is right now, right now our contract is with Ernst and Young, EY.
Oh, okay.
It's Ernst and Young, and before them is Deloitte and Touche.
There it is. Yeah, Deloitte and
Yeah,
Touche.
Deloitte and Touche used to be the auditors. And
Right.
then
Okay.
we had to re-RFP and then it was
That's for
EY.
auditing.
Yes, yes.
But not for the account.
Not for the accountant.
Not for the accounting.
Right.
Okay.
They are our they are our auditors.
Right.
EY is our auditors, but the big auditor is whoever OPA had hired to.
But
do
Joey
the-
previously has been handling.
Yes, yes, ma'am. He has been.
Okay, Kathy, excuse me. And so then in preparation, we would request from the OPA to submit a letter indicating his recommendations that it's urgent, vital that we do the following, one of the three that he suggested. That way you can attach that with your request for if you're gonna go through DOA. That way, that's justification from the OPA. That will justify our request, whatever we're gonna do, whether we're gonna do contract it out or do in-house or whichever. But I think a formal letter from his office recommending that we do get our accounting books set up.
Just real quick, Mr. Chairman, members. As the commissioner just reminded me, in the 21st century high-tech environment we're operating in here, the live stream and the recorded file is not picking up your voice unless your audio is turned on the screen. And so if there's a red X or red hash mark across the microphone, then we don't get to hear you.
It's very important, yeah.
So you're not hearing me?
No,
You are.
no, we are. You're,
Oh, the live stream.
and the director reminded us to unmute and mute when we're.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm on though, according to my
Good.
audio. So I'm good. So my comments were good. Okay. I'll go mute now.
Further questions for the director's report? Okay, Commissioner Camacho?
Just a comment. I think, for me, it seems urgent.
Yes.
And I think to ask for the auditor public auditor to submit a letter so that we can go do this and that. I don't think it's necessary. I think his presence here, kind of,
Yeah.
for me, displays the urgency of this. I just think that, because it's a, item in the director's report, maybe we could just ask the director to, do the research, right? Contact Gita, contact Block Housing, and see if, detailing somebody here is an option. And then just look into the three things that we talked about, and I think at some point, that should be a special meeting.
Yeah.
To address this, because, before we know it, it's gonna be September,
Yeah.
and I think we need to get
Yeah, he wants it-
numbers in. for-
Yeah, he wants it done by November. He wants the audit report out by November 2025. So, Mr. Chairman, immediately after that meeting, after that meeting, I remember I texted you.
Yeah.
So immediately after that meeting, I did, contact Department of Administration. So that's what I was told. And then another thing that we have to do is we have to determine one of two things. Do we need a full-fledged accountant, or do we just need an accounting technician? Because majority of the work that is required from an accountant is being done by Department of Administration.
So may I comment? So that item, we've already addressed.
Mhm.
The second item, and an option for us, is to contact Gita,
Yeah.
and to contact One Housing and see if, we can detail, because I just feel the urgency of
Mhm.
this again. And I think that we need to address this sooner than later. There's gonna be deliverables to the auditors. And I think that that's what the concern is in holding up
Yes.
GovGuam's audit. So we don't wanna be the
Mhm.
reason government of Guam audit is not complete. So I think that the
Yeah.
next thing is just contact the two agencies, and maybe Attorney Miller can guide us. It might just be an MOU or MOA or a detail. And then that, to me, is the special meeting that we need to have and discuss this and decide on it.
I'd like to see the details of what it entails for Gita, what it entails for Gura, and also what it entails if we did our own outsourcing somebody,
Okay.
or if it's temporary, or part-time, or whatever it is, whatever the options are. So we can also discuss that on the special meeting, right?
Yes, sir.
But if you can get some information available for us
Yes.
on that, and I'm not sure about the procurement of that too. I think it might have to go out to a bid or something. I don't know if we did outsource something.
If we,
I don't know how that would work.
If you hire an accountant.
Yeah, we'd have to, or
it's
even if
gonna
it's
be an
temporary.
RFP. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So
Yeah.
that definitely would have to be some kind of a procurement process, right? With Gita again.
We don't-
Okay,
services.
very
Yes,
good.
sir.
And so let's address this ASAP. We'll put it on our next, so is it for a special meeting, or we're just gonna discuss it on the next meeting, like put it on an item agenda?
It's gonna need, after I do my research, next week, if I come up with all the conclusions
Then we can
and
have
I
a special
have
meeting?
input, we'll have a special
Okay.
meeting. And then that
But-
way we can address it at the special meeting, because, the OPA did say that it's urgent.
And if you wasn't able to complete the information, then, and
Yeah.
just put it on the
The
next
next-
regular meeting.
Yes,
Okay,
yes, sir.
very good. Everybody okay with that?
Yeah, I have a question.
Sure, Commissioner Cruz?
Okay. You know, instead of doing another publication, can we just go ahead and have, like, at the end of this meeting, a recess? So that,
That's never on the agenda though.
Yeah.
It was in an item. It's
No,
one thing
no.
if it's an item.
It's not in the agenda.
that's okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So you were asking, your question was about a recess, about?
Yeah,
Regarding what?
instead of adjourning this meeting, recess the meeting so we can come back after.
Oh,
my
yeah.
findings, But
Oh, yeah.
because I snuck him in
Yeah, it
during
was
my
good, yeah.
report,
During her report,
wasn't
yeah.
on the agenda.
She didn't have enough time to put him on the agenda, so she found it because of the importance.
Yeah,
She was able to get him in today on her,
on my,
on
on
her
my report.
director's report.
Yeah, because what he had discussed, that's urgent. It's,
Yeah.
it need
as GALC would be looking like holding back all the others.
Yes.
So we need to address that, and it's looking like we only have a couple of months, like 4 months,
Mhm.
to
So
do,
hopefully we can get a detailed.
yeah,
Okay, so all good? Everybody?
yes.
Okay. Director, so that concludes your report?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Juzman again, Director, let's move down to item 5, Gita Progress Report, our favorite part of the agenda.
Okay.
See if our audio's on.
It's touch screen.
Yeah.
Before you proceed with with the report, do we, I think we need a motion on the insurance of the 57,000. We're supposed to provide an insurance?
We,
Oh, it's not
we
done.
can't move anything off,
Yeah.
out of the executive director's report. It has to be
An item.
an action item of its own, so we'll have to take that up at the next meeting.
Okay.
So on the executive director's report, you're clarifying that there's no motions allowed on the director's
The,
report. Yeah,
an executive director's report is supposed to be simply the executive director talking
right.
and everybody else listening. And really all that can come out of the only action that can come out of an executive director's report is direction to the executive director for follow-up.
Got it. Okay,
Okay,
thanks for clarifying.
okay.
I think we might have, in years past, did something similar, I guess. Okay, anyway, okay, where we at? Gita's
Gita
report.
report.
Yeah,
Witness, and good afternoon.
So this is
Nice to
Massey.
see everybody here.
Okay,
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, Vice Chair, Commissioner, Attorney Miller. My name's Tony Ariola, representing Gita, and along with me is our project director, Mr. Mike Cruz, and our supervisor is Johnny Tavares. I'm here before you today to present the Gita monthly progress report.
The following is a progress report on Gita's efforts to manage land bank trust properties as required of the section 1 of the MOU between Gita and the GALC Land Bank Trust. First on the list is the Weddingale Junction Northern Market. Their monthly rent of $27,854.51. Their total balance as of June 2026 is $2,608,412.06. Also, the tenant submitted a building permit and an extension request on March 4th, 2026, and an update on June 9, requesting a 5-month extension for their permit deadline. They want 3 months to complete the DCA work for the design of the drainage analysis of the wastewater lift station and the sewer lines. And that's also to include their wastewater loading design calculations and hydraulic calculations. They also want 2 additional months to allow for Guam Environmental Protection Agency's review and approval, followed by DPW's review and issuance of the permit. And we did furnish a letter to the commission on this. There's also a cost of something like $58,000 for the cost of this proposal and design of the drainage analysis. Apple Harbor Parcel 1, this is the quick space with their monthly rent of $4,151.10, 0 outstanding balance. Their last payment was received on January 5th, 2026, and due to their advance payments made all the way up to August 2026. I also would want to say that we just had a 1% annual increase for quick space effective May 1st. So they're paying a little bit more, 1% more. Apple Harbor Reservation, this is Matson Navigation Company in Polaris. Their monthly rent of $27,733, 0 outstanding balance. Their last payment was received on June 4th, 2026. The next one on the list is the Tangisan Cable Landing Station, which is known as AT&T. Their monthly rent of 34,000, outstanding balance of 0. Their last payment received June 4th, 2026. Also, just to remind the commission that GITA has been negotiating the appraisal fee proposal and thus far has reduced the fee from the original offer of $64,782.30 to $42,489.22. We intend to present that for GALC board action soon. Moving on down, Polaris Point, F12, Smithbridge, Guam. Their monthly rent of $11,000, outstanding balance is 0. Their last payment received on June 3rd, 26. The draft memo for the additional usable acreage and modification of the base rent was sent to Attorney Miller for review before routing for signatures on May 1st, 2026. As well as the draft license agreement for the additional half acre that was also sent for review. Those are both pending for review. Lot 10155, that's the Farmers Co-op up in Dededo. Their current annual rent for calendar year 2025, due May 2026, for the outstanding balance of $8,358.39. They submitted their financial report on May 28, 2026, and it indicates on the financial gross income of the amount of $417,869.48 and 2% due for their annual fee. Also, their annual lease payment letter due was sent to farmers on May 29 and we're pending payment. Moving on down to Tizan Properties, that's the Guam Environmental Protection Agency building in Tizan. Their monthly rent of $8,000. They have an outstanding balance of $64,000 that equates to 8 months rent. Their last payment was received on February 6, 2026. The tenant is aware of the outstanding balance and indicates that the delay of the payment is caused by DOA in remitting the payments timely via ACH direct deposit. Follow-ups are being made consistently between the tenant and DOA accounting. We've had this issue in the past, but we're trying to rectify it with them. The same with Department of Public Health and Social Services, the WIC building in Tizan. Their monthly rent of $8,400. Their outstanding balance of $16,800. Their last payment was made on June 3rd, 2026. Same issue. Tenant indicates that the delay of payment is caused by DOA and remitting payments via ACH direct deposit. Follow-ups are being made between the tenant and DOA accounting. This concludes my report. And should there be any questions, please feel free to ask. Thanks for providing
Sausages
this
mas Tony.
opportunity.
Thank you,
Hamza
Joey.
mas.
Tony, thank you. Okay, questions?
No, I just wanted to make a comment, sir, that
Sure.
the EPA and WIC's statement where DOA, the cause of the delay is coming from Department of Administration, I agree, because even some of our payments are not getting through to our vendors as a result of the new accounting system that Department of Administration. is
Okay,
using.
so it'll be eventual, just a
Yes.
matter of time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Well, what can we do as board members
Oh, you,
to, oh, already?
oh,
Can you hear me? Yes, not them.
You're good.
There.
You're good.
Okay, so what can we do as board members? Because this is an ongoing, right? As you state that, you've been doing that to rectify because they're blaming DOA for payment to them and then to GITA, right?
Yes.
So what can we do
Mr.
to
Camacho?
help them and wake them up?
Mr. Camacho?
So isn't an invoice that's given to DOA paying it? Does WIC or?
With the keeper as a purchase order.
It's a purchase order.
Yeah.
From GITA?
And then do
No,
you,
from
from
keeper.
Guam EPA?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a purchase order.
Yeah.
Is it the same for WIC?
WIC, I believe, is like 50% federal, 50% general fund.
So is it a purchase order also with the general, with DOE?
No, I don't, it's different from,
With,
so yeah, it's different from.
So can we get, copies of the purchase orders submitted? Is it possible to get copies of it?
Sure, the
Just to
purchase
show
order,
when they were submitted to DOA, and then we can follow up with DOA on.
that was a process already, it's just you wait.
So if we can get the purchase order,
A copy.
then. we-
Sure, we can furnish you, sure,
Our
absolutely.
legal counsel has a.
Mr. Chairman, members, from my perspective, the obvious resolution is notwithstanding, DOA's desire to operate in an all-electronic universe, they are certainly capable of picking up the old-fashioned checkbook and just handwriting out a check and walking it down the hall and saying, here's your rent. I understand they resist doing that because they are trying to operate in the wonderful 21st century where nobody uses paper anymore and but at some point, enough is enough. Get out the checkbook, make out a check.
Yep. I see, okay. Any follow?
I just think if we can get a purchase order to show that it was submitted, then we can follow up on it. That's what, for me and my other.
Okay.
What's the
capacities.
delay on it?
So I'm just saying, it's gonna be pretty soon, because it's not gonna be like month after month after month, I mean, like next year again.
But I think
No,
we
we're-
owe it, I think we owe, because we're now made aware of the outstanding. Excuse me. I think it's our job to help, assist in getting the payment. And I just, again, I'm sharing with you, in other capacities that I serve, we get the purchase order, we show when it was submitted, and it's just a follow-up. So that's why I ask, if we can get the purchase order, then we can just follow up.
I would like to mention something to the board. That has been an order, we were given a purchase order. Everything's being done with DOA, everything, because accountants are going to DOA. Purchase orders are in place, it's just, they're just, ready to make the payment. And they've been following up, the KEPA, program coordinator, Ms. Serena Manabusan, has been contacting them, consistently. They've been communicating. But we can furnish, everything's in place right now. It's just a matter of making that.
So, Mr. Chairman, a wise man told me recently, trust but verify. So if we could just get that purchase order.
Sure.
you know,
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah.
A wise man said that.
Wise man, wise
Oh,
man.
when did we talk?
Wise man.
man.
Me recently.
Okay.
Trust but verify.
Okay,
So-
okay, it's, but you can get the request for the purchase
We'll do
order.
that, yeah.
Okay,
We'll send it.
so I think maybe she's able to,
So that will be assisting the managers. We pay a fee for them to collect. So,
You know, on top of that, I was very, the ironic thing about it is, it's a payment in advance, 1 year payment. That's the purchase order. So it's an advance payment, you know?
oh,
So here I am with Big Culvert, our money's gonna be coming soon. Yeah, so,
yeah, you
but,
pay
but I'll
immediately.
send you guys a copy.
okay,
That's not a
Well, they
problem.
okay, just note that down.
Sure.
Okay.
And the interest is,
Trust but verify.
Okay, so any, regarding the Farmers Cooperative, report, there's an outstanding of 8,000,
Yes.
okay, so they're not late, or is it just due?
Yeah, it's just due.
Okay,
Yeah, they should be coming up with
Okay.
something, hopefully.
any other,
We can follow, well, I was assured,
okay,
that they're gonna make payment, so we'll see
Okay.
how that goes.
Any other
And-
questions?
Yeah, what's that
regarding-
amount? What's the amount again, Tony?
$8,358.
$39.
Si just want to see.
Okay, regarding, Northgate or, Whittingale,
Northern Market.
Northern Market. You want to address that now? Or is it?
Sure. Just to remind the commission, I have Mrs. Jennifer Colville, the rep, who's on, who would,
She's standing by.
Oh, okay. Oh, so is that
Oh,
on another
you-
agenda? Is that on a separate item? I'm sorry.
This is-
Number 6.
This is
Oh,
this is the next one.
Oh, it's the next one down. Okay, so let's finish with your report. Okay.
That includes everything, there's no questions.
Okay, so Jus Masi, Tony, for your report. Okay, we'll move down to item 6, old business. A Northern Market update and request for extension. I see, I believe we have Ms. Kauf.
Yes, good
Hey,
afternoon,
buenas. Buenas. Welcome again.
everyone again. I know that Tony briefly mentioned the scope of our request, but I also sent a written request back in March and then with a quick update in June. So I'm not sure if everyone received that.
I
Did-
think he did
did
bring
the
it up to
commission
us.
get
Yes, it was
Yeah.
brought up to the board.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I can just give a short summary of what we're requesting. And I'll just
Okay.
go back at least till September of last year when we submitted the updated building permit application. Under our second amendment, as you may recall, we were required to get the building permit within a certain period of time and then start the construction. And there was deferred rent during that construction period. There was, in the amendment, it allowed extensions for any unforeseen government delays. The only issue is that I know there were some periods back towards the end of last year that there were no commission meetings, and then again earlier this year. So we did submit the application back in September. We got all the updated clearances from all the agencies that were required under the building permit application. And the last agency I think that we were waiting for was GIPA. We had to get a biological survey. I think that was the only kind of larger action item that was required, but we were just waiting for the GIPA approval. There was a meeting in February, Ancestral Lands Commission meeting in February, and shortly a day or two before that, we received finally an update from GIPA advising us that we would need to do an additional drainage analysis to comply with certain rules and regulations that were not in effect at the time of our original application. So after the meeting in February, I contacted DCA, our engineers, to see what would be required to get that updated or approval to ensure that we were in compliance with the new drainage rules and regs. So we did get a proposal saying that work would require about 2 to 3 months of work, and then it would cost us about $58,000. So after I received that information from DCA, I sent the request to the commission asking for some additional time and just to confirm that the lease is still valid and that we get some additional time to get the updated drainage analysis from DCA, make the payment of $58,000, get that to GIPA for its final review, which I know AG Miller indicated that they were ready to review it as soon as we provided that. And then, of course, after GIPA approved, then we would go to DPW, make the final payment, and then get the building permit. So that was in March that I submitted that letter. I know there have not been any meetings since then until today. So I just, in my June letter, just provided a brief update that, we sent this correspondence and basically we're just waiting to confirm that the commission, does not intend to terminate the lease at this point and that we be allowed to proceed to get the updated drawings from DCA, submit that to GIPA, and then proceed to DPW to get through these final steps, get our permit, and then proceed with the construction and the other terms of the Second Amendment. So that's what's required from us. In order to kind of memorialize this agreement, I suggested doing a third amendment to the lease to reflect this 5-month extension period. Again, for 3 months to get the DCA work done and then 2 months to give GIPA and DPW their time to review and issue the permit.
Okay, very good. Ida, any comments on their request? No issues? No issues whatsoever, right? It is in line with, right?
it is.
Okay,
It is.
so so any questions, board members?
Pursuant to their original, right?
So, Mr. Chairman, at this point, one might hope that we would have a motion to authorize the 5-month extension and to authorize I guess either the chairman or the executive director to sign the extension once it's drafted.
Okay. So there's no further questions?
I have a question.
Okay, Vice Chair?
Is that is that 5 months inclusive of the 3 months from March, April, and May? Or this is from now, June, an additional 5 months?
It would be an additional 5 months from the board's approval. And then, or I guess actually it would be 5 months from the execution of the third amendment. As you may recall, when we drafted the second amendment, it was approved at the board meeting, but not actually executed until several months later. So at this point, and I'm sorry, with that second amendment, it was tied to specific dates, not time periods. So what I think I would do, and of course, Attorney A.G. Miller would review this, is I would have the 5-month period start from the actual execution of the lease agreement. Because even if the board approves it today and the lease agreement doesn't, I mean, the third amendment does not get signed until 5 months from now, say worst case scenario, then that period, we don't actually have a valid amendment signed. So I want to make sure that we have that in hand to ensure that everyone's on the same page, and
Okay,
then,
that explains it.
Yeah.
That explains it.
Yeah.
well.
so, yeah, so that would run from the date of the execution of the third amendment.
Vice Chair?
Okay, yeah, how soon is that? Is that within our hands right now? The third amendment?
No?
No, if it's approved today, I can prepare that draft. It should be pretty straightforward, and then I can send it to AG Miller for review. Hopefully by the next board meeting, it'll be in everyone's hands and we can
So
discuss.
for our legal counsel, we need a motion on I'm sorry, okay, you got a question?
Now, if we have some extensions, have them make a deposit of at least $50,000.
Oh, well, can we get a discussion on that? Okay. So, one of our commissioners is saying that, you're asking for a $50,000 deposit?
This time, I've always asked that because,
Yeah,
this one.
and that would be in-
Putting a down payment at least of 50,000. This is just going on way too long on the extension.
okay, let's discuss it. Or, do you have a comment on that, Ms. Cobble?
Well, I guess first of all, if that would be, is that a deposit? Is that, is that
A down payment?
deposit, or, a down payment, which implies that it would be, is that just credited towards the arrears? Or what does that payment go towards? Because, I guess our understanding is when we did the second amendment, and unfortunately we kind of encountered these lapses of time with getting the permit, but the intent was to use our resources. We had to pay, it was like over $100,000 to GWA to get the clearance for this permit. We still have, like I said, the $58,000 that will have to go to GIPA. And then after that, we have to make a final payment to DPW, which I believe our balance is probably close to 21,000. So if there's a $50,000 payment required in connection with this third amendment to the lease and the extension, I'd have to go back to our group and to see whether that's possible. Because we're trying to use our resources to get the permit in place so we could start actually doing the infrastructure work. But of course that, that requires financing. So, unfortunately, I wish we could make that payment, but resources are tight. The permitting is not an inexpensive process. And we've had to, for example, this additional work was not on our, in our original kind of budget for this. But the permit itself was, so right now I think it's probably close to $200,000 when we actually finish with after we make the final payment to DPW. So I'd have to go back to our group and revisit that if that's a condition of the extension.
Okay, any further comments? Okay, Commissioner Camacho.
I think it shows good faith, because we've only been talking about extensions and for this and for that, and understandably, and I think that Guam Ancestral Lands Commission has been extremely gracious, accommodating all these requests, and I just think in good faith. You know, it would show, it would be good to show some kind of payment toward the, I'm not sure if it's rent or what, but, you know, we have a mandate too, right? And putting off, any collection of rents is, kind of doesn't show well in our audits as well. We have to show some kind of, action, right? So,
That's too much.
those are my comments.
How much of a delay with this thing cause with you, Ms. Calvin?
I'm sorry,
How much of a delay? I mean, you would have to get back with your,
right, I mean, by the next meeting, I guess we could, have a response to the, and I can provide something in writing before the next meeting, for the board's consideration. As you may recall, and I know, I believe we have, most of the same people, but when we started the discussion and negotiated the extension and the construction deferment, construction or rent period deferment, there was also a renegotiation of the rent paid under the lease, in which we, I think, more than doubled the percentage rent, in addition to paying back the deferred rent. So that was supposed to be captured kind of on the, the back end after all the construction is done. So, the $50,000, I understand that, the concerns of the commission, about, sort of showing, kind of some effort to, to make a payment towards that arrears. However, I think our discussions earlier was that was, like I said, captured by the increase of the rent going forward after the work is done, which, I think we set a floor for that, adding the percentage rent on top of the base rent that would be paid plus the, all the arrears. So I can definitely bring it to, to my group to discuss. As I mentioned, that, the permitting costs have, this additional permitting cost was something that we didn't anticipate. So we're kind of focused on moving forward with that now because this is really our final step in the permitting. But I can, if this is what the commission, is requiring, then I can bring that back and see if we're able to do it, or propose an alternative for the commission's consideration.
okay, Vice Chair? Yeah.
I agree, just bring it to your group. And, many of us commissioners are in support of Commissioner Cruz. Because during our last meeting, that was brought up several times. And, I just, we do have our, dues are dues. That's my comment.
Okay. So, it looks like, maybe we're gonna have to, get the input from you and your team to find out about the request of the board regarding that 50,000,
Yes.
where it's gonna go, whether it be the arrears or she has a good question where that would go, would be probably set to the arrears or most likely the arrears, right?
Yes. Accounting wise.
We got Gita, Mike Cruz wants to, comment.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I understand as well the concern of the commission regarding the arrears. I was wondering though, is it possible to go forward with the third amendment without conditioning it upon the payment of 50,000 or whatever that amount is? That way they can proceed. They may come back and say, no, we can't pay the 50, or they come back and they say, yes, they'll pay the 50. But either way, if we could move forward with the agreement, the amendment, so that, we get closer to the time that a building permit is issued. Just for your consideration.
Legal,
They'll be
Don't tie
subject to the $50,000 that we are asking,
I'm sorry.
on. to-
Don't tie the two together.
yeah, because,
That's what I'm saying.
like, I'm not sure if it's a deal breaker, if they can, that's why, yeah, that's what I mean, I'm not sure if it's a deal breaker. I mean, if they can, that's something we have to weigh, but this is a request from us for them to put down 50,000, but is it a deal breaker? So I don't see it as a deal breaker. So I can see where Mike's coming from on us approving the 5-month extension.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Just want to say, Mike. Okay, so board members?
I guess we're gonna have to table that for another time, so we see what the company says about the down payment of 50,000. So a lot of things. we
You're
don't-
suggesting to table it.
Yeah.
Okay, anybody else?
Just a request, because they're going into the third amendment, I'm just gonna draft it up. And just a request, because she needs to go back to the group.
Well, we're
to
delaying
discuss-
the project. We're delaying the project until that MOU is, what is an MOU?
Third Amendment.
Third Amendment,
Great.
until that third amendment is signed.
Coming up.
Whatever the commissioners want.
I'm in agreement with,
I'm in agreement
for the deposit.
I think this is where we can use the recess and come back with a vote.
That's good.
Attorney Mo?
Mr. Chairman, members, I guess my suggestion would be that we frankly ask Ms. Calvo, how many days does she need to run this question to ground with her group, and certainly we would invite her to send along a draft of the Third Amendment. Nobody's gonna sign anything until there's motions made and votes, but we can certainly get the lawyering part of it out of the way.
okay.
And if she can get us an answer in the next, by this time next week, what her investment group is prepared to do in terms of, for lack of a better word, down payment, then it wouldn't take us very long to schedule a meeting to
Okay.
approve that. We're gonna have to have a meeting here fairly quickly to address accounting issues.
You're right.
So, we can have a second agenda item.
So the earliest would be if our director is able to complete her information regarding the accounting.
Yes, sir.
And if that's the case, and we do get some information from Ms. Calvo, then we can fit that into that. A special meeting, only one item, or can include,
One item only, special meeting.
And no decision.
is it 2 items?
The
Or
accounting and the.
no, but I thought special meetings just.
Special meeting is
just
only
limited to one item.
one item
One
only.
item.
Yeah, so
Attorney
then-
Miller, correct?
Can be made.
Not that I'm aware of, but we'll go look.
And you go look, okay, and then in the event, you'll still be a month for our next regular meeting.
For regular meeting,
Yeah,
yes, sir.
so it will delay this another month, at least,
Yes,
minimum.
we
okay.
would have to call a special meeting.
Okay.
We would
Or
have
another
to, we
special
would have to
meeting.
call a special meeting to address the accounting, because we cannot wait another month
Right.
Yeah.
for the accounting.
And,
issues. I'm
um,
looking, yeah,
And these guys would be on
And-
hold, because they don't know where they stand, whether to
Right.
commit more resources to this.
The third amendment.
So the sooner we get it done, the better.
Mhm.
Commissioner Mafja.
Mr. Chairman, I think we need to look again into whether or not we can recess this and the item is moved in market and come back in a week or two when there's more information available, and then we can.
And we'd still have to meet the advertisement
Not on this one, not on
Not
the
on, not on
resumption.
the resumption?
Not on
Oh,
a resumption.
okay,
We
very
just,
good.
we just put out the notice.
Okay, very good. That's a good one. Let's do that.
We just put out the
Very good.
notice tomorrow, Monday, when we're going to resume. So I need to know, are we going to resume? Because, right now we're looking, our dates for our meeting have shifted. So we can't have it July 3rd. Next week would be the 26th. I think it's too soon unless Ms. Calvo says she can have a decision by then.
Yeah,
Other than that, it'll be,
July.
July 10th or July 17th.
We could check on her.
I mean, I can try my best. I mean, and I think Mr. Cruz kind of indicated kind of what from a developer standpoint, what, you know, with this permit, right? It's something that, of course, we got approved years ago, and then of course just had to get renewed clearances for, you know, now that we've kind of reboot, you know, pivoted and started again. Where this is
Yeah.
literally the last approval that we need, which is from GIPA. We need to do this additional engineering work, which I've already kind of done a preliminary kind of review with our engineers. Once we pay the 58,000, and then I think about 21,000 for the DPW permit. So I believe from my group standpoint, I mean, there's tremendous value once this permit is secured for the project, for the development. There's extensive infrastructure work that's required here, and that's why it's taken quite a while. Like Mr. Ariola indicated, some of it is, you know, with the drainage and elevations and kind of changing those plans specifically. So from our standpoint, I know that we've gotten together the resources to be positioned to pay the GIPA, the DCA work to get the GIPA approval. And then of course we've, after that, we'll pay for the DPW, the final permit payment. If we have to use some of those resources for this extension fee, you know, I'm not sure how long it'll take to kind of raise that additional capital and, you know, and proceed with the project. So I think that's kind of just from our conversations and being familiar with the budgeting for this permit and you know, this kind of additional requirement that we weren't anticipating. That's going to be a long-term, you know, I mean, a discussion I'll have to have with the group, but I can get a quick answer just because I think everyone would like to see this move forward as we would. But of course, the additional $50,000 is, you know, it's another substantial payment, and it's, you know, not going directly towards the permitting, which I think brings additional value to the project. But like I said, I'll get to the group, and I should be able to get something by next week to give the commission an indication of whether we can, you know, move forward or, you know, what we'll do at that point.
Okay, very good. We just our legal counsel just confirmed that we can have two items on the special meeting, so we could fit that. Yeah, we can fit it in. He just confirmed we can. So I guess that's gonna, unless there's other further questions, we're gonna wait for Ms. Calvo. I guess you will get in touch with Gita.
Yes. And
Okay.
I can provide a response to Gita, and then also with the same that I did with the letter, I can provide that to Executive Director Blas and to the chairman as well.
Okay, very good. Okay.
Also our legal counsel requested that they go ahead and send over the third amendment.
Oh, yes, the amendment, the third amendment.
Yeah.
You
Third
could go
amendment.
ahead and draft that and just get
Send
it to us too.
Yeah.
Yes, although I guess a condition of, I mean, one of the main provisions of that third amendment would be whether the $50,000 payment is required, right? I mean, has the commission basically agreed at this point that we're not proceeding with the amendment unless there's a payment of an extension fee?
We like to see, we have an idea of what it is already, right?
Mhm.
What you're requesting
Okay,
for the MOU, but you know, we would like to preliminary have it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Can you please do that and send it to
yeah,
us?
I can prepare the draft, yes.
Yes, okay.
Okay,
Any further questions? Anyone? Ms. Calvos, Jus Masi for being here.
okay, thank you very much.
Mas.
See you again soon, thank you.
Okay. So we move down to item 7, new business.
None, sir.
None?
None.
Okay. public comments? I do have a question, I'm sorry, regarding, for our legal counsel, regarding the, Smith Bridge. The addition of that 0.5 acre,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
A half
we
acre.
didn't,
Everything,
discuss that.
everything's okay with that? That's,
I believe so. I'll go double check that,
Yeah.
in fact, we moved that out, but I will check this afternoon
Yeah,
Oh.
to
and make sure
review
that
it.
paperwork is all squared away.
okay, and do you have any updates also real quick on those excess lands that they were claiming was up at your office? Or no, is that
There are no excess lands.
No.
Vice Chair? They're confirming that there's no excess that was transferred.
No, no, not the excess, the lands that were released, there are 5 properties.
Return.
Yes, that's what
Right.
that's the one, those were
That's,
excess.
yeah,
return.
that's, that would, people are trying to, just to wake up you guys a little bit, that people are trying to take that because a classic example was that one park there where they have the, Fiesta Antasi one. See, they're trying to assume that property there. It's right next door. They're having an
Yeah,
annual,
right.
yeah, Fiesta Antasi thing, and that's right next to that, and that's what the intent of, one particular mayor wanted to request for that. But it's a matter of concern that families are asking, what's up with that? And is it still up at the governor's office? Nobody wants to claim where it's at, where the
But
where
it,
the
it was confirmed, it was released.
yes, no, but I heard it was at the clearinghouse, something like that, some sort that it's up. They say it's at the attorney general's, and then it's up at the governor's office, or governor's office, attorney. Everybody's putting trying not to
Okay, Commissioner Camacho.
Where are we on the agenda?
No, this was regard,
We're on
On the
public comment.
public comment.
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you.
Okay,
No.
So yeah, just find out on that, and I can't. Where is it at? Because remember, you were aware of that. Those probably the one in Tingisan,
Yes, sir.
the USO. There are 5 properties.
Yes, sir.
Those were already released. Those were released already, but it's supposed to be supposed to be with us. People are saying it's already in our inventory. However, it's not.
No, sir.
So I have a question, Mr. Chairman.
sure.
Vice Chairman, when you say release to who?
That's what.
Pardon me? Can't hear you.
When you say released, what?
No, it's not. No, it was supposedly federal released those properties already, and it's being held with the government and supposedly with us, ancestral lands, supposedly with the ancestral lands, but yeah, there's something going on that is very suspicious and we don't know about it.
Yeah, he did tell me, but then
First
when
choice,
I
right?
checked,
Yes.
they have not.
First
they have
choice
not-
of the government and to,
They have not received.
right?
Okay,
Legal counsel.
Yes, you're correct.
our former director did say it was with AG, but
Oh.
Yeah,
but
but he-
Kathy double checked it and
Yeah,
it's not
and
there.
it's not. I checked with him first.
Yeah.
I checked with Attorney Miller first. He said he hadn't seen anything, and then I went on ahead and I checked with their admin people, the ones who log in the documents, and they didn't have any. And Gita's involved, and according to Diego, because I spoke to Diego personally, he also is tracking the same document down for us. And as far as Diego's concerned, and he's not here to defend himself, but the last we heard when Diego and I were working on it, it was still at the governor's office waiting to get transmitted. Because
There,
we-
that's what I heard.
Yes, we requested for a copy of the document. If it was transmitted to the Attorney General's office, it would have been stamped and given a document number at the Attorney General's office. So I was asking, Diego and I, were asking if they can at least, if they can't give us the document, if they could give us a document number, but they didn't have any.
So when the federal government returns land, somebody at the Department of Interior, US Department of Interior, gets the authorization to sign a quitclaim deed to the government of Guam, which essentially means they sign that deed and they send it to the governor's office.
Mhm.
And then Guam law says,
Go.
here's what happens next, as the commissioner said, first, it has to, you have to notify other Guam agencies who may put their hand up and say they have
They have a need for that.
they have a need, et cetera, et cetera. And so as far as we know, it's nobody at the governor's office has ever announced that there are more return properties available. Because we've never seen, for example, a circular going around to the agency saying, okay, here's some property, you have 30 days to put your hand up if you have a public use for it.
I have a question. Department of Interior signs the deed and gives it to,
Well, it depends which US government agency. Might be the Navy, might be the Air Force. If it's not a military property, then it would come from the Department of the Interior. It's sort of which US government agency owned it last.
Mhm.
and nobody either hasn't seen the deed,
No,
No,
no, no, ma'am.
so then we're not sure if it's really been transferred.
Correct.
Correct.
Okay.
That's where we're
That's
at.
clear to me.
But for some reason, it was all over the news and anticipation of it coming out and you know, some entities putting out their hands, who wants it.
we only know if it comes from the governor's office. Other than that, we won't know anything.
I have one more public announcement.
Okay.
Guam Ancestral Lands Commission now have their own website. It was launched this morning.
Oh, awesome.
So if you go on your phones, you just type in galc.guam.gov and it'll bring you to our own website. We no longer have to go through OTEC. We're no longer under the Department of Land Management. It
We're on
belongs to
ourselves.
Guam Ancestral Lands Commission.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Very good.
yeah,
Very good.
congratulations to
Yay.
Joey.
Yay,
Worked
Joey, thank
hard.
you, Joey.
You worked very hard to get our website up and running.
Okay, that's.
That was my only announcement, sir.
Okay.
So just Marcy Director, we're good to go. Okay, so that finishes our public comments. Item 9, announcements. The next GALC board meeting will be dependent upon the work that you
Yes,
Another
were
special
able to
meeting
clear.
yeah.
For the
As soon
special
as
meeting.
I get the information next week,
upcoming.
yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I will, as soon as
Yeah.
I get the information, I would then contact you, contact everybody and let you know when
Yes.
our special meeting will be. So we could just.
Because we need to have
just
forum. I normally just refer to get everybody's,
Get the form first.
you know, dates to match and then I approve it.
And
like that.
just a reminder, our legal counsel is available right now only on Fridays. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
okay. Very good.
okay,
Okay,
that's it.
so so just Marcy again, board members, motion to adjourn. Oh.
Could I have some cookies, please?
I thought that was adjourn.
I can pass some peanut butter cookies.
Oh, say,
Okay.
okay,
Okay, this
Wait,
is
uh,
adjourned.
Mr. Chairman,
okay.
I said, let me just shame myself a little.
Okay, Gita, go for it. I'm gonna go for it
Thank
too.
you, man.
Okay, it's 3:57. This meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.
Okay,
I second
thank
the
you.
motion.
Okay. Okay, that's that.
Tony,
Yes.
I hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, have some cookies.
uh,
It's not very sweet. One is butter pecan and the other one's peanut butter.